Are you okay? Do you need help? What the?
Hey guys, it's Steak Sauce here from the Off the Grill podcast. Come on in, we'll talk with horror. Why do you guys watch this? What the fuck is wrong with you, seriously? Ollie. Oof. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm running out of ideas. Not for content, but for this little, this wacky little bit where I say we're talking horror, he's so crazy. I don't know if you got any fucking suggestions, or maybe I should just grow up and be an adult. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. But today, as you probably can tell by the title, I'm taking a walk out of the 80s, coming right into 2021. July 2nd, 2021, in fact, for the first part of the Fear Street trilogy. This being 1994. As I said, debuted on Netflix July 2nd, 2021. I looked for budget information and had absolutely zero luck in finding anything. So, as far as I'm concerned, everyone worked for free. Actually, I found myself kind of enjoying this movie. So, without further ado, let's get down to it. Start things off with the good. Isn't that cool? I throw my hands up there and it shows up just like the good. No, we're not going to play that game. That's way too much editing for me. Anyway, the movie starts off with a character, Heather. She works at a bookstore in the mall. We see her at closing time. Her friend Ryan, he asks for a ride home or whatever. He goes back to close up his shop as well, and then things kind of devolve into kind of a serial killer stalk and slash sort of deal, which really screamed, if you'll pardon the pun, to me like an homage to Wes Craven's '96 feature film. Scream. That was the whole. That's why I said pardon the pun. Try to keep up. I liked it a lot. I think this gentleman here, which is who she was running from, definitely does kind of evoke visions of Ghostface, at least in my opinion. I don't know. I'm just one very, very fat man. But, that's what you guys come for. You come for the fat man. They all do. Anyway, so it turns out that Ryan was the killer. I mean, there was no kind of allusion to that being the case. So it clearly took Heather by surprise as she's bleeding from the mouth. But old Sheriff Good puts one right in the back of Ryan's head, and then we hit the credit scene. I like that. I thought that was cool. 94 is close to 96, and it's clearly kind of what they were going for, in my opinion. Is kind of that 90s meta slasher, I guess. And you kind of see hints of that later in the movie as well. They talk about Jaws and what do they do there? This doesn't really get on my nerves too much, but there's a little piece of dialogue. What did they do in Jaws? A little piece of dialogue. They're all they're all in high school. As far as I'm concerned, if you're in high school and you haven't seen Jaws, and you can't, the movie's a classic, so if you can't right away go, oh yeah, this, that's right, that's what happened. Anyway, basically what I'm trying to say is if you haven't seen Jaws by the time you hit high school, so by the time you're 14, 15 years old, whatever it is, your parents need to be locked up for the rest of their lives. I mean, that's just shitty, And you gotta give props to the casting director. to this movie. I mean, these actors actually look like teenagers. You know, not a Luke Perry amongst them, which, in my opinion, is a great thing. You know, there's kind of a negative side of that we'll get into in a moment. Um, but I think overall it was kind of a great choice. Like they look like kids. I thought they were kind of younger than they were actually. Like all the actors are actually like 18 or above, I believe. So, I mean that's kind of why I say that's great casting because they were all right. Well, you look young enough, you could pull it off. It's not. Oh, Channing Tatum, you're a high schooler. No. So I also thought the candlelight vigil that they had after the massacre at the mall, a Shady Side Mall, I believe it's called. I think it's named after the town that they held. It's all the football players, cheerleaders, band members, whatever from Sunnyvale, which is like kind of the preppy rich town, and then Shady Side, which is kind of the rundown, not ghetto necessarily, but like this kind of it's a basically just short of the wrong side of the tracks kind of deal there. They're all there collectively to remember the fallen, for lack of a better phrase. And one of the snobby rich douchebags makes a remark about Shady Side, so the brawl kind of breaks out. The character Simon fucking showing up, in like witch's paint and a fucking broom made me laugh a little bit. He just gets a shot in and then fucking hightails it. What? Another thing, all the kills are really solid. At worst. I mean, some of them are pretty simple, but they either catch you by surprise or look really vicious. And then there's a couple that are a little on the creative side. There's, one in particular, which we'll maybe talk about in a little while. I mean, I'll say that it wasn't hard for me to pick a, kill of the night, kill of the movie, whatever. I still haven't decided. But they all look great, actually. And I assume it was CG blood. I wasn't really paying too. I've kind of like gotten to the point where I just don't give a shit anymore. But everything looked solid on that front, in my opinion. I really can't complain about that. So I don't know anything about the Fear Street books. It was never my jam. Like I read Goosebumps, and then I kind of just like graduated from there straight to like Stephen King and autobiographies for different celebrities or what have you. But so I don't know. I say that to say that I don't know who to credit with the idea of having the killers kind of, follow the blood of Sam, after she touches the witch's bones. But I like that idea. I thought that was kind of unique. I haven't seen a movie where, that's the case. Like they would just straight up kind of bypass anyone that didn't have her blood on them, or to get to her, to get to, wherever her blood had spilled for, whatever reason. It was interesting to me, and I thought this I don't know, like I said, cool concept. I mean, maybe someone's done it before. Let me know if you've seen that before somewhere else. But, if it is indeed an original idea, I got to applaud whoever wrote that in. Lying to the cops every time was pretty terrific. Any of the situations where the cops had to show up, whether it's a car accident or kind of the end of the movie, they just I don't know, nothing happened. And everyone had the same story because fuck the cops.
Suck it, pig.
And then like the last little thing I could think of, it made me laugh, is Kate is just having the two little girls that she's babysitting, I assume. I guess I don't right. Like they don't really explain that. It's not important. The two little girls just bagging up all her fucking pills, for her to sell. It's funny, she can watch My So-Called Life, or they can watch My So-Called Life with her, Like, that's a fun little 90s thing. But, from there, we'll move on from there. There's probably a couple more things I like that I'm not thinking of off the top of my head. But for now, for this review, that's it. That's what I like. So let's keep it going now with the bad. So I mentioned the casting being kind of a really good thing with the way that they made the decision to actually cast young-looking actors. The flip side of that, so I don't like, it's kind of fucking creepy, to be totally honest with you. It's like all the kind of sexual shit, between Josh and Kate and between Nina and Sam. It's it doesn't, when they do that shit, like in Scream, they all look like they're 25 at the youngest. So, when they're making out or whatever the fuck, getting naked, it doesn't really creep you out, even though they are supposed to be high school kids. But these guys all look like high school kids or younger, to be totally. Josh looks like he's fucking in 7th grade, in my opinion, So all that shit's kind of weird to me. Coming from Netflix too, their track record recently has been a little spotty. But anyway, next thing, the lesbian swerve, I guess, for lack of a better term. It's kind of fucking stupid and totally pointless, unnecessary. Oh, she's mad at Sam. She just broke up with Sam. And they pan over to a guy and a chick, and it's like, and then all of a sudden, oh, hey, it's you, Sam, a girl. You didn't see that coming, did you? All right, dude. Just make them lesbians. Don't, it shouldn't be a shock. That's dumb to me. Just let them be. Let that be their character, and just, yeah, okay, they're gay. It's fine. Great. Now we're moving on. Instead of, whoa. And they do it in a way where they try to, it's kind of, oh, well, yeah, I don't know. It's just like a poor decision to me. Because if you take that stupid shit out of there, it plays just the same. This is kind of a personal gripe to me. It really doesn't affect anyone. It shouldn't anyway affect anyone's enjoyment of the movie. But I really just fucking hate that early '90s music scene for the most part. Fucking Radiohead and Pearl Jam. Any of that fucking dumb grunge early '90s shit that they picked for the soundtrack. Basically, what I'm saying is it needs more Weezer. Okay. Takes place in '94. The Blue Album came out in '94. Let's fucking go. Want some Sweater Song? Let's go. Give me something. Say it ain't so. You want to go deep off that first one in the garage? I don't know. I don't care. But some Weezer would have been nice. It would have just made me happy personally. It's not a big deal. So we're going to move on. Another thing that I talked about the whole idea of the killers following Sam's blood and being attracted to that is nice, and it works for the most part, but there's a couple instances where, for no reason at all, they'll kill people that aren't, that don't have their Sam's blood on them. They aren't Sam. The boy nurse, the male nurse, whatever, what the fuck they call him. I don't know. Eddie, there's they throw an extra letter in the beginning. Betty, right? I think that's what it was. Who cares? You don't come to this for accuracy, man. This ain't a blow by blow. Oh, God. This ain't a blow by blow. I'm going to leave that in there. I don't give a shit. What are you going to do? Not watch the next one? Prove it. Please don't. Just watch the next one also. So, and a lot of those kills happen before it is established that, that they'll kind of bypass the other ones to get to her. Like, they'll bypass, they're not going to necessarily killing everyone. I don't know. It's a little muddled there, like what they do and they don't do. I don't know. Maybe I'm just fucking not paying attention. Like, if this little gripe is stupid to you because it was explained in the movie and I missed it after watching it 3 times, let me know. But I'm pretty sure that is kind of like a fucking flaw in their reasoning. I think that kind of the last big gripe I had is, what was the point of the black guy that they had at the police station, or the sheriff's station, whatever the fuck? Like shitty, like lame, almost humor. Like, there's nothing offensive. Like, he's like, I don't know, there's a black guy in the cell, and the sheriff's kind of a jerk off for no reason. I know this is the first of 3. I haven't watched the other 2 yet, as I'm recording this, so I don't have any idea if that pays off at all, or I don't know. But I mean, we're only going back in time from here, so. Well, it's just, I don't know. In a movie that is too long to begin with, it's another gripe. Actually, I didn't start this with the intention of talking about the length of the movie, but there's a bunch of shit that could have just like tidied up a little bit. Scenes go on a little too long, and then like what you feel is like the climax of the movie, and even like the aftermath while they're talking to the police, saying, "Oh, you want to pin this on your friends or whatever," it still goes on for another like 5 to 10 minutes. I get that they had to set up the next movie, but there's just a lot of like, okay, everything's fine, and then, oh no, it's not. Watch the next one. Is it good that I itch myself? Should I like make a super cut of that too? Because I don't know. I really shouldn't bring this stuff up in the video, but we're going to. Fuck it. Let's leave it in. Let's see. Yeah, that's it. That's all I've got for the bad. It's a pretty solid movie. I think the gripes that I've had are relatively minor. I'm excited. I'll say now, I'm excited to dig into 78 and then 1666. When that drops. So, which actually I believe is today is the recording time. I don't know. Well, you guys don't need to know this. I really should be thinking this off screen. Anyway, let's get into it. Let's get the MVP of the movie. And we're gonna go with Josh for this one. It's not really much in the way of standout characters to me in this film. Like, everyone, it is another gripe, I guess maybe I should have brought up, but there's not really one character at all that like stands out to me. Josh, I guess, kind of just, I don't know, some of the shit he reminds. I definitely dig where he's coming from, because he doesn't remind me of me, but kind of the nervousness when Kate asked him to go into the bathroom with him. I mean, every guy's been there early on, and they're I don't know, sexual being. Fuck, I don't know. I'm stupid. Leave me alone. Back off. I'm gonna make a shirt. I'm stupid. Leave me alone, because I'm pretty sure I've said that in the last 3 videos. I'm not gonna make that shirt. You guys make it if you want. Send me one though. But I think he was probably the most likable out of like a very neutral or worse, on a likability scale, cast. So almost by default, Josh gets it. So way to go, pal. We're all proud of you. So I guess all we got to really talk about now is the kill of the night. I think I'm going to call it that. Kill of the night. Fuck it. Let's go for it. And that's going to be Kate's death. She gets put through the bread slicer. Her head goes right fucking through it. It's pretty. Again, why am I trying to explain it? Take a look. That's fucking pretty solid, man. I like it. It's absolutely the best death of the movie. Like the only thing that I think comes close, like I said, all the deaths are solid, but they're not spectacular. They're just kind of they either catch you with like a good jump or they're just kind of like quickly vicious. Nothing really like wow, where did they come up with that? But the bread slicer one's pretty sick. I do like it a lot. If the only thing that even comes close to it is like right after that when Simon gets the axe to the head. But the bread slicer's way better. But yeah, that's kind of my take on Fear Street 1994. What you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. After watching this one, were you more or less excited about potentially, the watching 78 when it came out? Like I said, let me know down below. Obviously, give this video a like, maybe share it around with some people. Spread the word. Spread the word of sauce for me, people. I'll love you forever. And of course, if you want to get any merchandise, this horror shirt is from the Visited by Voices Teespring store. I'll put that link down below, as well as my Off the Grill store. That link will be below. But before I go, I do want to thank my patrons. It's Big Crack Rock, Hayes, Annette Devon Graham, Christian Hannah Horror, S'mores Indoors, Nick Ridza, Jay the Stingray, Jess Graham, Cornelius Collection, Orc 145626, Daniel Shine, Lauren Dixon, Mr. Bombastic, RetroCac, The Daily Ghost, and Slaughterboard. And if you'd like to become a patron and help this young man, maybe upgrade some things down the road or what have you, just kind of help me keep this train moving, you can go to patreon.com/offthegrill-podcast. That link will be in the description as well. But that's all from me, folks. Don't forget, Nairis loves you.